Hello, hello, hello. I logged on a couple minutes early just to make sure that my chat was working. Last week, you guys weren't being shy. I was on the wrong chat box. So whatever I was sending you, you guys weren't getting, and whatever you were sending me, I wasn't getting. So today, I'm on the right chat box. So as soon as you guys hop on, enter your name and where you're from, and let me know if I can receive your chats. Okay? Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I'm going to repeat this in a few minutes, but for you guys who are early birds and are here already, today is going to be all about authenticity. Authenticity is the new currency. So I'm going to get real authentic with you guys today. And by asking you guys a question that's going to reveal something very personal about myself. And then you guys are going to have the opportunity to receive either The Science of Getting Rich or Think and Grow Rich. Okay, both brilliant books. You need to have them both, but I'm just going to reach into my bag here so I can show you guys what I'm going to ask you. So I see that we have viewers. If you can just please pop your name into the chat box. Let me know if you can hear me and see me. If you can see everything that I just found in my bag. See if you can, let me know if you can see the website and everything in the chat box. Okay? Okay. So it is 11:30 and I have a lot to share with everyone today. So I'm just going to get started. And I know that some people are going to pop on shortly, and that's going to be great. So today, before I get into the introduction and the slides and everything, we're talking about authenticity as the new currency, okay? Welcome to my office. I'm usually upstairs in the living room, but I'm actually, got myself an Ethernet cord to plug into my laptop here in the office. I love my chair, and when I'm here, I'm completely focused. And once I get off the webinar, then it's like I'm just gonna work for the afternoon. I love sitting in my office and working. So that's why I've moved the webinars to my office. Now, for those of you guys just hopping on the webinar, I see a few of you guys are coming on. Please put your name and where you're from into the chat box so I can see, and just make sure that my chat box is working this week. Now, I'm going to ask you guys a question, okay? First of all, the first person to answer this correctly will get Think and Grow Rich and the Science of Getting Rich. Not both, just one of them, okay? I'm going to plop back over here, just make sure everything's working correctly. Now, this, you guys can guess what's in my cup as well, but a very dear friend, hi Susie, hi Lily, a very dear friend bought me this wonderful cup as a gift. And here's one little tidbit about me. I love collecting unique and beautiful coffee mugs, okay? I love my tea. I love my coffee. I'm not going to tell you what kind of coffee Actually, I'll tell you what kind of coffee I love to drink. Bulletproof with MCT oil in it. So that's going to be a question in the future if you guys want to win a book. Okay, so here is my beautiful mug. Now, having looked at that, can anyone guess where this mug was purchased? Where this mug was purchased was the same place that I bought all of my bridal party gifts and giveaways. I bought from this place. So let's see if you guys can remember. And if you guys need a little bit of a hint, let me know, okay? So if you guys get that, you can have your choice between Think and Grow Rich and The Science of Getting Rich. And both of these you guys need to have in your toolbox. And this one you guys also need, Outwitting the Devil, okay? Napoleon Hill. And this is another one that I use daily, the 5-minute journal. I'm not a huge fan on journaling. So when I heard that Mimi Icon's hubby had created this, I jumped on it and I bought it. And now I give this book away sometimes on the webinars too, but not today. So if you guys can get, who said, yes, 10,000 villages. Susie, how did you do that so quickly? 10,000 villages. I love 10,000 villages, okay? And back in the day when we got married, all of our bridal party gifts were purchased from 10,000 villages, and we bought the little chocolates as giveaways at our wedding. So yes, Susie, congrats. Wow. Which one do you want? Think and Grow Rich or The Science of Getting Rich? Both equally as powerful. You let me know, pop into the chat box. Okay. Let's get started. Later on, I have a really authentic question to ask you guys, because authenticity is the theme here. And so stick around to the end, because you might laugh, you might not, you might judge, whatever the case is. I'm going to be real with you guys today. So without further ado, I'm going to just, The Science of Getting Rich. You got it, Chicky. This is my personal copy, but what I do is every Thursday after the webinar, before I go grab my kids from their programs, I take a stroll over to Shoppers and the bookstore, and I purchase these little books, and then I mail them immediately. So this is my favorite, and I'm going to be sharing a quote with you guys. And you know what? I'm going to do it right now because, Susie, this is the book that you chose. This is a killer quote in this book. And it really spoke to me the other day a little bit on more of a deeper level than it had in the past. So a couple of years ago when I first purchased this book, I, on every mirror that I had, wrote down this affirmation: I can succeed. All that is possible to anyone is possible to me. I am successful. I do succeed. For I am full of the power of success, okay? Killer affirmation. So in the last place that I lived in, I had 3 bathrooms. So 1 half bath, and then an ensuite, and then a main bath. So in every bathroom, I had this written on the mirrors. So every time I would go into the bathroom, I would see this and I would read it. And then I have this stand-up mirror in my room, and it's written on there. It's still written on my mirror. And I would see this affirmation everywhere, and I would repeat it, and I would repeat it, and I would repeat it. And you might think I'm crazy, but I really wanted to experience success. So I repeated this affirmation a few hundred times a day, okay? So I love to flip through these little Bibles of mine. Literally less than a week ago, I'm flipping through it, and this is what I saw. You can do what you want to do. Because I was experiencing some challenges and thinking, am I biting off more than I can chew? Like, am I doing too much? Can I really do everything that I really want to do, that I'm really called here to do? And I was experiencing some doubt. So I pulled out this book and I landed on this page, and it said, you can do what you want to do. Okay? You can. Other people have, and you can do more than anyone has ever done, and this is why. For no one has yet ever used all the power that is capable of being used. Boom. It was like truth bomb smacked me in the face. So that's really powerful, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to reread this quote at the end of this webinar, because I want to see if, after talking about authenticity, you are going to hear that quote a little bit differently. Okay, so I am all about participation. 90% of success is showing up, guys. Just simply showing up. okay? Because you don't know what you don't know, right? So you don't know what you're going to receive, how you're going to feel, and what type of impact you're going to create in your life just by showing up. So 90% of success is showing up. So show up. Who knows what you're going to take out of this, right? And I am totally celebrating Susie, who is on this morning's radio show, Empowering You and Your Children. I'm just looking for a card here. Here's her beautiful card right here. I asked her, literally, we connected this morning. You guys got to listen to that radio show. So I'll see if I can copy and paste the link here. But I said, hey, passions, I'm doing a webinar on authenticity. You got to come on the radio show and talk about your niche, which is sharing with people how to connect to what it is that they're passionate about. And she said yes. So I'm celebrating you, Susie, because you, without thought, you just said yes. So 90% of success is showing up, right? And that's definitely what you did this morning. And thank you for doing that. And everybody else here on the call or the webinar. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start my screen sharing. And if anybody else pops on, be brave. Go ahead and let us know that you're here. Alrighty, so here you are, okay? Money Mindset, free webinar training. This is number 3 of 4. Authenticity, guys. Authenticity is the new currency, and today you're going to find out why. So today you're going to answer these questions. Who is the real you, and how are you going to own the real you, okay? Now, for most of you guys, or if you're new to the webinar, I frequent CJOB, CTV, and to promote my programs. That is how I get my programs out there. And I am a big believer in my programs, and I've witnessed and seen how this program has shifted people's lives in like the best way possible. So I'm definitely going to step out of my comfort zone and share this with anybody that will promote it, because there are those people out there that need to hear this in order to live an extremely fulfilled life. So one of the things that we're in the works of doing is creating the Empowering Kids Alternative Learning Center. And I'm working with some amazing, brilliant people in making this happen. But first, it started out 4 years ago with the Empowering Kids Camp. 4 years ago, this summer will be 4 years that I've been running an Empowering Kids Camp. And the Empowering Kids Camp was inspired by my son, Vincenzo, when he, since he was a year old when he was dismissed from his first daycare, not because he was bad, but because he was very unique and busy. And his story is quite touching. It's, he's in grade 6 now, but he was dismissed from 2 schools. One was a Montessori, and actually 2 were Montessoris, and we removed him from 2 schools as well because he was just not thriving and his self-worth and confidence was so low. We took him out and we decided to begin homeschooling and in the middle of grade 2. And what happened was from the middle of grade 2, February, to the end of the year, we didn't touch academics. All we did was focus on his self-worth and creating self-confidence and self-love. And once he was able to love who he was, the way he was, and know that we embrace him the way he is, then he was able to tackle academics. And right now, academically, he is so freaking strong. He does programs within a school that has a homeschooling program in it, and I homeschool him half-time. So this camp was inspired by his journey, and he reminds me daily that not every child is fit for the four walls within a school. And there are so many children out there who thrive, who are leaders when they are outside in nature and are able to live out their passion. They basically remind us that passion and authenticity is number one in life. So I'm celebrating this Empowering Kids camp that has now been transitioned into the Empowering Kids Nature Camp. I have Tracy McDowell, who is a forest school practitioner, on board, and that's her passion. And so she is outdoors, works with these kids, connects, helps them connect to nature, fall in love with nature and themselves. And I teach them my Empowering Kids program. So, yeah, it is quite the camp, and there's only 20 spots, guys, because we really like to keep it very, we like to spend a lot of time with each child. So we keep the numbers really low. So sign your child up today, guys. Go to empoweringkidsprogram.com. Only 20 spots available, and probably about half the camp is full now. So get your kids in now. Another one of my programs is Invest in Yourself, the online program. You're going to shift your money mindset to create the freedom that you guys deserve today. And I began my coaching practice about 6 years ago, and it was supplying women with tools to empower themselves, to find out where they are in life, where they want to be, and how to get there. An action plan in getting there. However, after becoming single 2.5 years ago, my husband and I separated 2.5 years ago, and feeling more than determined to continue homeschooling and running my business and being present with my children. I was not getting a 9-to-5 job, not doing it, not going to happen. And so I created a new relationship with money, had a ton of experiences, and found that I feel like other women, maybe not in my situation, but other women out there really are looking for a way to create freedom in their lives and stress, feel less stress. And by shifting your mindset to receive abundance in your life, that is really going to create the freedom that you guys are looking for. So that's what this program is all about. And it's a very amazing program. I love it. I also have a blog talk radio show, which Susie was a part of this morning, and it's called Empowering You and Your Children. Monthly, I have this guy, Dan King, on. He's amazing. And the purpose of this radio show is just to supply all these tools and create a like-minded community of support, love and support for everybody else who's on the same or similar journey as I am. And this webinar training, guys, I love sharing this information, and what a better way. You guys get to look at me face to face. You guys get to ask your questions. You guys get to be coached, okay, on your money mindset, and you guys get to learn all these tools to step into what you really want to experience. So I'm going to be doing these every single Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. It'll be, the majority of my webinars are be about money mindset, but they're also going to be about tools for you guys to create a really empowering lifestyle for you and your children, or the children in your life. To register for these, to receive registration every week, investinyourselfcourse.com/success. Now, I do have a few signature talks, and this is one that I absolutely love, and it is overcoming, overcome negative self-talk. Secrets every successful woman needs to know, because I don't know how many women I've spoke to or how many groups I've talked in front of that had no idea that they can control what it is that they think, never mind how to do it. So this is a very powerful talk. Another one that I love to chat about is the most important ingredient for your child's success: emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, in my opinion, is more important than intellect. Well, than IQ, okay? EQ is more important than IQ, because when you are confident and feeling good and you're able to connect with other people's emotions and be able to read that and react in an appropriate way, or in a way that serves you and the other person, only then can you handle the stress of all of the academic. Okay, and this I've experienced in my own life. So another one that I do is corporate training. Why do I do corporate training? Why do I go into corporations and talk about emotional intelligence and the importance of it in the workplace? Because they did a study in Massachusetts, and the state of Massachusetts, and it was the #1 cause of heart failure at a young age and never recovering is job dissatisfaction. Google it. Google it if you guys are going to call my bluff on it. But seriously, because if you're dissatisfied in your job, if you're miserable at your job, you work 8 to 10 hours a day, Monday to Friday, and you are miserable, guess what? That's going to lead to depression. That's going to lead to lack of confidence, lack of drive, lack of vitality. You're going to look for comfort in foods that are not going to nurture your body. You're not going to have the vitality to get up and exercise, and so on and so forth. And therefore, it goes around and leads to heart failure. And the reason why it is heart failure and never recovering is because you don't have the want to recover. Subconsciously, maybe even consciously, you just don't have the want to recover because you're really not enjoying your days. So that's why I do it. Now, today we're going to continue the money mindset webinar, okay? And this is a picture of me and my little men when we were in Puerto Vallarta about a month ago. And again, traveling, you know, I'm going to get into that in a couple slides, but money is a tool so that I can create experiences like this and have photos like this and put on my wall, fun photos. And yeah, so this is what freedom is for me. So far, guys, you guys have learned how you feel about money, right? In the last 2 webinars. And if you guys have missed them, go on and go to the webinar replays and take a listen and watch all the previous training, okay? Because if you combine all this training that I'm sharing with you, all you got to do is implement it. And you guys are going to see magic happen in your lives. So far, you guys have learned what your money, like how you feel about money, what your relationship is with money, what your money story is, right? What your beliefs around money are, what your true desires are, which actually speaks to authenticity today, your daily rituals, and how having daily rituals is really going to assist you in creating a lifestyle of abundance, your energy around your thoughts and words, right? Right and left-hand people, that's, you know, the people who you support and the people who support you, how high vibrational and low vibrational emotions, and neuroplasticity. And you know what? I miss the GH in high. So done is better than perfect, okay, guys? Now, I view money as a tool, and I know I got another spelling mistake here, but that's okay. I view money as a tool, okay, to create the lifestyle that I want to experience. So, and that is why it's my duty to get to the bottom of all of my limiting beliefs so I can transform them and continue creating the life that I desire. And trust me, guys, new level, new devil, okay? You get past some certain limiting beliefs, and then you jump on into you know, a different level of, you know, creating whatever experience it is. There are new limiting beliefs that you had no freaking idea were there. You got to keep digging, okay? And it is your duty if you want to experience freedom in life. So here's my tool. I showed you guys this last week. That's, you know, me showing my kids how to have fun last year in Las Cabos. I'm like, this is how you do a cartwheel on the beach, guys. And they think I'm nuts, but you're only as young as you feel, right? And I just want to continue experiencing and world schooling. I want to travel with these kids. I think it's like the coolest, most fun, and best way to learn. So that's what money is a tool for me. And of course, I have a little story to share with you guys today that, you know, yes, I'm experiencing a lot of what I've always desired in my life today, but it wasn't always like this, right? I'm just going to explain this little story, but I see that Morgan asked a question. How long are these presentations or workshops? For the signature talks, I've done between 1 hour to, I've even done up to 4 hours. When I'm talking about a money mindset shift to women entrepreneurs, I've done a 4-hour workshop. When I'm talking about emotional intelligence and self-talk, it's between 1 and 2 hours, if that's what you're referring to. Thank you, Morgan. Now, before I was living the life that I'm experiencing today and created the program and teaching these programs, you know, I remember waking up in the morning, okay, working, having a Monday to Friday job, getting up, having to go to work, and experiencing that stress. And pop in the chat box if anybody here can relate to that. If you're late for work, if you have to call in sick because you have a sick child, or you're not feeling well, or maybe you just want a mental health day, do you not experience like huge anxiety? Just the thought of calling in, what they're going to think of you, they're going to judge you, they're keeping track of the days that you're missing, what if you're sick on a Friday, and so on and so forth. I don't think it's just me that experienced that anxiety, but I experienced that anxiety, okay? And it ate away at me, man. It ate away at me. And I had 4 sick days a year, and I was a single mom because I was a young mom, right? So I was a single mom. So if my child was sick, I mean, I basically didn't have any holidays throughout the year because I used them all as sick time, right? For myself and my daughter. And because I was in such a negative place, I was sick a lot. I was often sick, and I was often, I didn't know it at the time, but experienced like flu-like symptoms. I was sick with this, sick with that, because I was unhappy and I was miserable, and it really played into my health. Like I was unhealthy. So because I missed a lot of work, I judged myself, therefore I felt judged. And the anxiety was just unbearable. So the other day I was getting up, and my youngest son attends school full-time, and we were running late for school, and I was rushing him, and he's not the type that you rush. He's very slow paced, and I totally respect that. I have to respect that because that's just who he is, right? And I was thinking to myself, and I just took a deep breath, and I thought, if he's 5 minutes late, who cares? Who cares? You know, what's more important to me is that he gets there happy, not that he gets there on time, right? So I just took a deep breath, and I realized how grateful and thankful I am that I have the opportunity to work at home doing what it is that I love. And one of the main reasons why I do it and I make it happen is so I don't have to rush my little ones, is that they can really enjoy the life that they have. And it just was like, oh, it just rolled off my shoulders after that. So that is one of the main reasons why it is my mission to create flexibility in my business so that I don't have to experience that anxiety anymore. So let me know if any of you guys experience anxiety like that. If you have to miss work, if you're late for work, you got to answer to them, you got to tell them this, you got to tell them that. Let me know. So any questions, any comments, any concerns? No, yes, no. Okay, I'll come back to you guys. I'm going to continue with the slideshow. Okay. Let's talk about authenticity, my friends. The importance of being authentic. Okay, let's do this. You have something that no one else has on this planet, okay? And that's extremely unique. So why the hell would you hide that? It creates your self-worth, okay? Without being authentic, we live in shadows, and we fear what others may think or say if they see our true colors, right? So to stand out in the world and make some noise, only then will the right people come into your life. And I think we touched on this a little bit this morning in the radio show. You will not allow other negative seeds to enter. Even though they will be all around you, you'll never notice or recognize what they're doing or saying. Okay, give me some feedback on this. This is a lot of information right now. So basically, be yourself. Everyone's already taken. So we try to make ourselves how we think we quote unquote should be, right? Therefore, ignoring who we really are. So you guys have something that nobody else has, right? So that something is definitely helping to create your self-worth and your confidence, right? So I want to hear some feedback on this. I'm just going to stop here for a minute. Susie, I'm late for work often, but never for Toastmasters. Ha! Right? And that's another thing that I was thinking about this morning. It's like, I love my morning nice warm coffee, especially when I'm going somewhere. I just, oh, my phone's ringing. I just love having that. It's just a warm feeling for me. And plus I just love my coffee. So I'm driving this morning and my daughter is going to be 21. So she comes over in the mornings on Thursday mornings and sits with my little ones. And I rush out the door. Well, this morning she had a train, so she was a few minutes late and I could not get my Starbucks. But as I'm driving, I'm just like, I don't care. I'll get a Starbucks when I'm done. I'll get a Starbucks when I'm done. I'm going to Toastmasters. I do not want to be late for Toastmasters because it's something that I absolutely love. And it just energizes me. So yeah, I totally get that. I feel anxiety big time at work. Absolutely. Absolutely. And as did I, and as do probably a lot of people on the call here on the webinar feel. So first of all, it's important to recognize that. And I would really encourage you to, we're talking about authenticity today, encourage you to vocalize that, is it something that you want to continue to experience? Or are you kind of pondering the idea of making some changes in your life to create something different in your life, right? It's all in deciding. The last corporate coaching that I've done, and I'm almost wrapping up with it, I went in there and I asked them, first of all, I need to know what's your decision. Before I go ahead and I share with you all these wonderful tools that you guys can apply, I need to know what your decision is. Do you want to continue working in this corporate office, or is it something that you want to move away from? Because, that you got to be true to yourself, right? You got to be true to yourself. Like if you love the corporation that you work for, then yeah, I love it here because of this reason and that reason, blah, 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 blah. So help me to enjoy my days here. Then it's like, hell yeah, let's do this. But if you tell me, yeah, this is my decision, I hate it here, but it's my decision. Hey, that's your decision. That is your decision. But if you're like depending on somebody to help you enjoy your workplace and deep down you're like, I don't want to be here, then that's not being real, right? And therefore any information that anybody supplies you is not going to be of use because you're not applying it to the real you. Does that make any sense to you guys? So if you're unhappy in your corporate position, then that's something that you got to vocalize and be okay with you and reach the point of like, okay, decision making, decision, clarity. That is when you're going to make stuff happen. I'll try not to swear too much. Morgan, definitely feel like I have someone other than my true self when in the office. I can be a total goof. So definitely feel like I have, I'm sorry, I'm totally misreading that. I must be missing a word or something. I can be a total goof at home. So if I'm reading it correctly, Morgan, are you saying that you're not able to be truly who you are in the office and then you can be who you are at home? Just clarify that for me before I go give you a huge long explanation that doesn't even apply to what you asked. And there's like an 18-second delay. So I'll just give you a minute. Right, somebody already guessed. I'm drinking Earl Grey. I love Earl Grey tea. I'll give you a minute, Morgan. So step one, man, step one. If you're feeling anxiety and unhappy and doing something that you really don't want to do, first you got to be okay with vocalizing all of this to yourself, right? And then sit on it for a little while, get comfortable with it, vocalize it to other people, and then make a decision. What do you want to do? Because basically you guys got to get to the point where you believe that you can do what it is that you want to do. And if you don't know what that is, take a listen to this morning's radio show with Susie, who is a certified life coach, and she helps people find out their passion, purpose, and potential. And just by listening to this morning's show, you guys will find out what it is that you're passionate about if you follow her 3 steps. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and begin this again. Where is it now? Sorry, guys. Okay. So here's the thing. Authenticity is the new currency. Heck yeah, right? So you got to get clear on your passions and your talents. So, and be okay with it. What type of belief system do you need to support your desires? So authenticity is the new currency. Why? Why do you think that is? Okay. This morning we were talking about, like, when you're authentic, you can just be you. Like, you don't have to pretend to be anybody else. You can just be you. And you're going to attract the people into your life immediately that really like you and that you really like, because that is the instant connection that you're going to experience, right? So when you're being authentic and you're being the real you, that means you're honoring your passions, you're honoring your inner calling. And if you're anything like me, like I am passionate about this mindset stuff, talking about this, studying it. I could do it for hours. It was said this morning that, I wrote it down somewhere. Where is it? It was said this morning that you could spend hours learning, but it feels like minutes. So hell yeah, you guys are going to be successful. You guys will be successful if you're doing what it is that you're passionate about, okay? But in order to do that, you need to be authentic. You need to get real. You need to get real on what it is that you're passionate about, right? And that takes getting out of your comfort zone. Talked about this last week. I'm going to talk about it again today. It's not easy to be authentic. Okay. It is definitely something that you need to practice. You need to get comfortable with. But once you get comfortable by first admitting it to yourself and then beginning the conversation with people around you, letting people know, right? Talking about it, vocalizing it, and then stepping outside of your comfort zone, because that is absolutely where the magic happens. You can't fulfill your calling in your comfort zone, right? I'm just going to hop back over here so I can look at you again. So authenticity, let's talk about authenticity here a little bit more, because being you brings abundance into your life. Absolutely, being you brings abundance into your life. Amazing, Susie. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. And you knew that this morning when I had asked you, and you're like, okay, scares the crap out of me. Yes, I'm going to do it. And that's why I continued on with Toastmasters, because it, like, scared the crap out of me. And I'm like, okay, well, this is definitely going to improve my situation because this scares the crap out of me. And that means I'm learning something. We are beings, we have all like evolved. We got to keep progressing. If we're not progressing, we're stuck. And if we're stuck, if we're bored, we're stuck. If we're stuck, we're bored, and so on and so forth. And if we're stuck, we're not thinking really high energy thoughts about ourselves. We're disappointed in ourselves. Like, why are we feeling this way? What's wrong with me? And so on and so forth. The list goes on and on and on. So you got to continue to keep working towards something. Otherwise, you're not happy. You are not happy. Okay. Do you guys have any questions or comments? Because I have a few other things that I want to share with you. Let me know. Okay. So who are you? Does judgment have anything to do with being authentic? I'm going to ask you guys that. Does judgment have anything to do with being authentic? I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah. Okay. How many of you guys are not doing what it is that you want to do because somebody in your life doesn't think that you should be doing it, or that it's not, for whatever reason? I'm going to let you guys answer that. Often on the other side of what we fear is an amazing gift. Absolutely. I don't know how many quotes support that. Abso-freaking-lutely. Let's put it this way. If you guys never fear anything, then you're not moving forward. You guys should be scared of something on a daily basis, okay? There's one thing that I learned from my business coach that I implemented in my business that really was a huge challenge to get comfortable with being me, being seen, being visible. And that was the 30-day video challenge. If you guys have a business, right? Say you have a coaching business. I'll just use myself as an example. You have a coaching business and you want to get it out there. You want to be visible. You want people to know about your business. Then you spend 30 seconds to 2 minutes every single day for 30 days doing little videos about how, whatever, like tools, share tools, give. You guys always got to give. Give before you get. Give before you get. That needs to be a rule in every area of your life. Give before you get. Then you do a little video. I'll even do it for you now. So here's my camera, and I do this. Yesterday I did a little video, and it spoke to the rituals that are super important to have in order to experience success in your life. And one of my rituals is I wake up first thing, put on my sea salt lamp because it's very dim, and write in my 5-minute journal. And I listen to like some inspiring meditation music, and then inspirational videos. Okay, that's something that I always do. And it's what I love. Okay, it's what I love, and it's what totally sets the tone of the day. So I did a video yesterday all about what it is about that, what I was listening to or whatever. And at first when I started these videos, it was really uncomfortable. It was really scary. But if you guys want to get comfortable with what it feels like to be scared, post these little videos, get visible, let people know that you're there. Especially, I have quite a few people here from the Newsterity business. If you guys want to get comfortable with being visible, or if you guys want to be successful in that business, you guys got to be comfortable with being seen, getting visible, because you guys are going to be talking to the customer and you guys are going to be sharing all of this information, right? So here's an example of a little video. Watch. Hey guys, Tanya Clarke-Marinelli here. I am in the middle of a kick butt webinar here. The Shift Your Money Mindset webinar training free webinar training number 3. And I'm just showing them, everybody on the webinar, how cool it is to do these little video challenges and to just challenge themselves when it comes to experiencing fear and what it feels like, just to step inside of it and then walk through it. So thank you for joining me. Register for the free webinar training, investinyourselfcourse.com/success. I love you all. Goodbye. Mwah. Boom, I did it. And that was like a double whammy, right? So yeah, that was like, oh, I'm a little sweaty, but whatever. It's moving forward, right? Stepping into that like scary little feeling, but you keep moving, you keep progressing. So whatever it is for you guys, step into it, own it, do it. Okay? So give me some feedback. What are you guys taking away? What are you guys taking away from this little lesson of authenticity? I'm going to review actually what we talked about this morning, and that was, what's your personality type? Your strength finding, like what are your strengths, your top 5 strengths? And what are your top 5 core values? Okay, that will really help you in figuring out your deep passion. And then just toy around with the idea. How comfortable am I stepping into that and living my passion and being that authentic? Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to hop back over to the slides. Give me some feedback on that too. How can you apply those little scary videos in your life or your business? Okay. Okay. So you are entirely up to you, okay? We can always say tomorrow, we can always say tomorrow, we can always say tomorrow. But the fact is, this is still ringing in my ears. Brian Tracy, probably about 10 years ago, I first heard him say, do it now, 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 okay? Whatever you're putting off, do it now, because you're gonna step into being true to you, and that is absolutely authenticity, okay? Be true to you. So be the exception. You are entirely up to you guys. It is all about making a decision. Just decide to do it. The Definition of Success by Earl Nightingale, doing what it is that you want to do because you want to do it. That is the definition of success. So if you are sitting in a corporate job and you're like, I do not, like, I experience anxiety every single day, and if I could, I would be doing this. If I could. Guys, people out there are doing what it is that they want to do because they want to do it. But guess what? Only 1 out of 20 people do it. Only 1 out of 20 people do it. You guys have one life, and I'm going to say this forever and ever. You have one life, right? Do what you can to live it the way you want to live it on your terms. So here, this brings me into my program and why I created it, why I'm so freaking passionate about sharing this program. And it is the Invest in Yourself online program. It's designed to find out where you are in life, where you want to be, and how to get there. So to shift your money mindset to create the freedom that you deserve today. It includes 8 amazing modules. Module 1, where you are at. You're going to find out for real where you guys are at in depth. Module 2, mastering habits. You guys got to create those successful habits. So you just do it without even thinking. They become part of your subconscious. Module 3, fear, ego, and resistance. Fear, guys. Fear is not something to overcome. Fear is something to walk into and find out how your ego is keeping you small and keeping you in that spot where the magic does not happen. Module 4, universal laws. You guys got to get clear on all of these universal laws, because these are the tools that are going to help you become successful in whatever area it is that you want to experience. And Module 5, radical honesty. Radical honesty is huge for it speaks volumes for authenticity. Radical honesty, getting honest with what you're really feeling. Like if you're experiencing blocks, next week we're going to talk about limiting beliefs. like limiting beliefs. And I'm going to walk you guys through a powerful process that will shift you before the end of the webinar. Okay, I'm going to finish off the 4 series with that. Radical honesty. We're going to get radically honest about what it is that you guys want and why you're too scared to go for it. Module 6, feminine and masculine energy. The thing is that we require a balance of both. It does not speak to gender, and why collaboration is different from competition, okay? And why collaboration is so freaking empowering. Module 7, money mindset. You go through this in detail, worksheets, you name it. Module 8, time management. And I got a ton of bonuses for you guys, okay? So this is how you register. investinyourselfcourse.com/apply. You got to apply. We got to talk. We got to communicate. We got to see if our souls are connecting. Okay. I won't work with people who I do not feel a connection to. And I don't want people to work with me that don't feel a connection to me, because I mean, being authentic, right? If I do my best to be in my authentic, be my authentic self. So if you and I are a good match, then you will feel it on a deeper level. And so will I. So go over to investinyourselfcourse.com/apply, even if you're thinking about it, even if you're not sure, because you're going to find out a lot more about the program. You're going to find out a lot more about the program and see if it really is something that you could use in your life. So with that, do I have any comments or questions about anything that you've learned today? If you feel like you want a little bit more, put it in the chat box. We still have time. Let's chat about it. Let's talk about it. Morgan, I took the Myers-Briggs in university. Don't remember all the results, but I'm 100% introverted. Good. Morgan, did you listen to the show this morning? Because that was something that Susie had suggested, is to take the Myers-Briggs personality type test. 100% introverted. Wow. I didn't take it yet. So what I learned from Susie this morning is that if you are an introvert, that speaks to how you recharge, right? So apparently I'm an introvert, and how I recharge is by spending time alone. I love my alone time, and that's how I recharge. So Susie, you don't have to be comfortable with it. You just have to want it more than your fear. Absolutely, Susie. Thank you for sharing. And Morgan, yep, you sure did. Good job. Oh, you listened to the show. There you go. See? Good job. Okay, now I'm going to put myself out on the line here, and I'm going to share with you guys something. I'm going to get you guys to guess something. And then you can choose whether or not you would like to receive the Think and Grow Rich or the Science of Getting Rich. Susie, can you personal message me with your address, and then I'm going to get this out to you today. And okay, so the other day I'm driving. I'm not perfect. I never claimed to be, right? I never claimed to be. I'm just me. My intentions are real. They're raw. I love people. I love what I do. But I'm not perfect. And so I parked at a stoplight the other day. Lily, lots to think about. Absolutely, Lily. I'm stopped at a red light the other day, and I'm picking up my 9-year-old from school, and I have my 11-year-old with me, and he's on his iPad doing something, and I got a message. So I'm at the red light, and I pick up my phone, and I look at my message, as a police officer walks up and points his badge to my window. And I just started laughing. Oh, I just told you why I got the ticket. I wasn't supposed, whatever. Okay. So the first one to give me a smart-ass comment gets one of these. Yeah, I got a ticket for texting. And I didn't get mad. I kind of laughed and I was like, thank you. I shouldn't be texting. And then the police officers found out that my son really wants to be a police officer as well. And then they had a chat and it was fun, but I still got the ticket. So the first one to give me a reply, you guys get to choose which book do you want me to send you today. So I'm going to give you a minute for that. Other than that, please, again, if you guys have, if you think that one of my signature talks could be used anywhere, please let me know. If you guys are interested in taking the program, hop on over, Invest in Yourself course /apply. Enroll your kids in that Empowering Kids Camp, okay? It is a powerful Empowering Kids Camp, and it is the only one like it in Winnipeg, and that's, again, why it's so powerful. But if none of you guys are gonna, okay, what did Morgan say? Uh-oh, must have been some low vibrating emotions flowing around. Ha ha. Okay, you get it. Okay, so Morgan, which one do you want? The Signs of Getting Rich or Think and Grow Rich? I don't know, because I mean, I wasn't angry. I was like, God, really? I got a ticket? Why did this happen? So Morgan, inbox me your address. I wish I had a kid to send to the camp. Well, you should come. You should come visit us at the camp anyway, Morgan. Inbox me your address, and then I'll get to you whatever book that you want. Think and Grow Rich, please. Okay. I'll get this out to you today. I love you guys. I seriously love doing this, and I love that you guys all show up and own it. Like, you guys are all here. I can see how many of you guys are here. You show up, you own it. Not all of you guys participate, in messaging, but that's okay. You might be introverted, right? But find out who you are. Find out, if you don't act on it, I'm not asking you to act on anything right now. All I'm asking you to do is get comfortable and really be honest with yourself about what it is that you truly want to do, truly want to be. Suspend disbelief. Suspend disbelief and just be real with yourself. What is it that you would love to experience for the rest of your life? Okay? And just be comfortable being okay with that. Don't judge yourself. Release judgment. Get rid of the judgment and suspend disbelief, okay? Because there are people out there that are doing things beyond our wildest dreams. It's not impossible for you. Like this quote said, that I'm going to finish off with, is that you can, right? Other people have, right? And you can do more than anyone has ever done, because nobody is yet tapped in to the totally went off there on my own. I'm not quoting. You can do more than anyone has ever done, for no one has ever yet used all the power that is capable of being used, right? Right? So don't think that you can't. You got to get to the place of knowing that you can. But first, before you even get there, suspend disbelief, release judgment on yourself, and just be comfortable vocalizing what it is that you would love to experience in life, okay? Susie, I bet you will be more careful next time. I got a speeding ticket once and I don't speed anymore. I haven't, well, yes, I am very more careful. We have unlimited potential. We absolutely do. What would you do if money wasn't an object? This could be your calling. Absolutely, Brian Tracy. Very first time I heard that years ago. If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you be doing? What would you be doing? So I love you all. Make sure that you tune in next week, because next week I'm going to take you through a powerful process, and trust me, by the end of the webinar, you guys will have experienced a shift, okay? And right, one more thing. Hop on over to my website, pop in your email address if you're not already there. You're going to get a free 3-part video series all about the biggest mistakes that men and women make that can cost them in their relationships. So I love you all. Take care and have an amazing weekend. Until next week. Goodbye.